Hello, my good people. Hello, hello, hello. Friday, am I right? Last workday of the week. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a wonderful day so far. That would be nice. We are back with Disco Elysium today. And after that, we are going to space. We're having the fleet today. Yeah, that's the program for today. So I would say, without further ado, let's head back into the worst hangover ever, shall we? But let's say hello to a few people. For example, to Sini. Hi, good to see you. It is Friday. Yes, yes, you made it to the end of the week, which is good. Perfect. I see, I see. Contemplating attending the fleet. Hey, that would be cool. But don't stress yourself, okay? That's more important. Don't stress yourself. Hi, Elvira. Hello, my dear. Ermam and Bernard. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? Hope you are all doing very well.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Okay, right. We couldn't do anything because we don't have any money. I remember. Let's get out of here. He was very unfriendly. What are we having here? Some coins? Nope, don't mind if I do. What's up with you out there?
Scab?
Asked a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head. Scab? What?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mess, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I am not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Oh, good.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you wanna help me solve it by telling me who did it?
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice.
Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said, you know about the armor?
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
True. Zini, that sounds great. That sounds pretty decent, actually. Do that. Relax. Hi, Maddie. Thanks for the lurk. El Sharanius. Hello, hello, hello.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. We can't find the helmet when it's kicked into the sea. The cuirass, we don't know where that is as well. The boots are still on the dude. Yeah.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Yes.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits.
Find the armor piece. You really just want 1 piece of the armor. It's enough. Find and locate 1 piece, and one's done. Access now and ask for Efrat Claire's help. Okay.
Good luck if you go for those boots though.
What is
You'll have
this?
an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Okay. I'm not sure that he is going to give us money anyway, so let's not do that. What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Okay.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Yep. Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Okay. Are you the big guy? Looks like it. Let's talk to you. Hello, Disturbed. Hi, good to see you. How you doing? Bastards! We have a right to work! The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
And what kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
What are you talking about?
So do we, Scott.
I want to get into the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
He replies, snappy and terse. I'd say.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
It reads out the answer to how you're doing 3 times, basically a mix of tired, angry, frustrated, done with this stupidity. You mean the cast? Absolutely. Why so tense?
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense and dangerous. Somewhere below it all.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This isn't really my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Reaction. Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. A curiosity, going to figure out the strike mess?
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe I would want that out.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Okay. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
You are unable to breach the
Main
entrance?
gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Work, yeah, idiot, as far as the eye can see. One data breach, which we nearly caught. Then one complete code F-up. Went and crashed the entire system. People are being all in a day's work, all today. Disturbed, all today. Oh my. Just see for a quick, let's see if you touch the sliders. But it looks good so far. Why, thank you, Entropic. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Thanks for the luck, Elvira. Thank you. Why don't you talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean?
Yes.
These native fucks don't understand.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw. A perfect, lightly bearded, square wedge. Okay, I'm just going to leave now. We are not getting anything out of him anymore. Okay, what's here? The lorry's probably fuel here. Now they store booze. Okay.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
Leave. Also, what is with those symbols? Are they supposed to be English? That didn't work. Okay, that is supposed to read quick save, I think. Okay, Kuno lied. What a surprise. Okay, let's go through these tasks that we have to get a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Organized?
Yes?
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
Okay. Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The lieutenant
Oh.
adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more mysterious.
If we are from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I don't remember being on anything.
That's good.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia. Tell me about it.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Okay. Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Ew. No, we're not doing that because that will leave us with... That won't work. Okay. Alright. Perfect. That's done. Kuno lights, you return and confront him. Oh, get ready for some interesting wording. And let's see if we get some information this time.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Talk to Manana about the armor.
So?
You should thank him.
He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like shit.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yes. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Do we want to know who Kuno really is? No. No, we don't.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Good. Me neither. I absolutely do not like that brat. He is bad news. Access the harbor and ask Ervad Claire's help. That are we trying to do. Get the boots off the victim's feet. There we go.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
Can we just get the boots?
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee.
That man.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place some. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of?
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Yes, and what kind
Ceramic
of armor?
plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Okay, is
Under
there
the heel.
anywhere?
Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
Swing the pry bar at the boot. Sounds fragile.
The metal connects with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yeah, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Okay.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities.
Yeah, okay, so we don't get the boots off just yet. What's there? We haven't seen this before.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in here?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there. Then we should open it immediately. How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar.
Yes.
The one you took from my motor carriage, or...
No, or pry bar.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Yeah. Fine.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Ugh.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
No, it doesn't. Something stirs in me, and it isn't callous, it's common sense.
Okay then. Maybe you're callous yourself.
We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
We've seen something here at the Whirling Guard, I think. I need to talk about? What?
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union?
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Oh. Burn.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
It's a shame you gotta suck up to the Union to stay afloat.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and
Ouch.
it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There's something else I want to ask about.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Okay. I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Okay. Dishes are drying, the smell of chemicals and pine trees. Who are you?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garanzi and Kubek. It must be his name. Garanzi. Garanzi Kubek. Sounds representative.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Okay. I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Okay. Taking all that money and nobody can hinder me on it. Aha.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
It's part of the whirling in reds. There's something about this place that makes me want to know.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
He's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
Yes, a mini side investigation.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
Okay, so we talk to him again. What could possibly go wrong? He likes us so much, now doesn't he?
Can I help you?
I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter and checks for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Okay. Okay. Secret passages. My goodness. Do you have anything new?
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Oh.
But dear, you're not for me.
Oh.
I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back. But that ship sailed long ago.
Okay.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Okay.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Okay.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Alright. How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crimes, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It
Damn.
seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Someone you can lean on, and sweetie, you are looking unsteady.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
The Whirling Rex Cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Okay.
Yes, and Revachol?
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is.
The spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy?
Nope.
Oh.
Sadly not.
The zone of control.
Is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven. It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
Kim. Okay.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Okay. Gotta go.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay, now we got a pen. Perfect. Okay, let's get out of here. And let's talk to that lorry driver again, because he was clearly lying to us. No, wait, not you. You.
Looking for something?
Oh, okay. He doesn't. Let's see what's going on there. If I can go there somewhere, somehow. It says Grich. Okay, so apparently not. Talk to anyone here, talk to everyone there. Notice, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There is no lockpicking or door kicking this one. Okay. The Greater River Shoal Industrial Harbor. I want that. I can't go there because of this dude. Okay.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Oh god.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Okay.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Oh, Jesus. A ripple of muscle passes underneath the skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
Okay. Puff out your chest. Still say nothing.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
You hear your heart pumping fast and irregular. Your joints ache and you feel old, but still alive. Somehow.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman.
Yeah, we're good at it.
Pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
Okay, my body's unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul.
His face controls some disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Huh?
Show him the ham still got it.
Actually, I think the ham sandwich race has still in the... No. I'm the police and I need you to comply now. The race stuff is unimportant here, I just need you to help me do my job. Maybe?
Begging for help.
Not begging,
Attempting
asking.
to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Hi, Darkslider. Quick what's up before you start work? Hello! Nice of you to check in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Trying to walk the way through the game here. Let's see how we do today. And later on the fleet. So all in all, a good day. Thanks. How about you? How long is your shift today?
This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back. He's not going to do that. Push him out of the way. That's not going to happen. You're right about all this. Now I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree. It was your people who put that dead body there, and your people should help me get it down. I'm not sure about those. Either 3 or 4.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
My goodness.
Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
What do those tattoo of yours mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures toward the lorryman down the street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Sure.
Correct.
That's still not working. You still have the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
But you still serve them? How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've gotten them from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Wonderful.
What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
He looks at the bottom behind him, and the tattoos on his face move to reveal the smallest of smiles.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
How do you know there will be? No, I like the.
That is understandable. The previous racist did not pose an immovable obstacle in entering the harbor.
These cops are just jealous, Shanduk.
Okay, we will not win this, but let's see.
Go ahead. Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets.
Do not be naive. I know the answer to the great race enigma. Why would I share it with a deformed infant? You do not have the devotion for servitude.
That didn't go well.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
I'm a cop.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple.
Ouch.
Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more.
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
I don't want to, but I don't have much health. Damn you.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
His gaze wanders over the whirling's roof to the yard.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hug.
Well, how else are we going to get through the gates?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here.
Alright, fine.
Let's think of something else.
go down those stairs? What seems to be the problem now? There you go. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Okay.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Okay, and what do we do here?
Yes?
Okay. That doesn't give us anything. Anything. Go in there. There you go.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent...
Okay. Can't do that. Can I somehow use that thing? I mean... The guard has told you that some unruly Union men gather in the mess hall. They are not there today, but most likely they'll eventually show up. Keep an eye out for them. Should have. Alternatively, you could use brute force and pry the lid open. Yeah, we are doing that now. Not waiting for someone.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Ew.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick out the racks.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ew. Back the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
A thrown-out towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yep, okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it.
Ew.
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what it is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet.
Well...
He doesn't know what to say.
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, we'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Okay, can't do that now. Okay, the mug. I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Take the mug. Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Yep. Okay, interact. Damaged ledger. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in the man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes in the case. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. Depicts a person of Sumerian descent frolicking in the field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feebly-mindedly. Seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial antique. Huh? Use interact button.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Ew. Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out all right.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh my, and they are written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
What?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
My cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one. The titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Ah, why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Ew. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Okay, the Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Okay, I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay. Wait, I have to wait with this because I need... First, I need to know... First, I need to know again, what did I need to actually open this thing? Thank you.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
Perception. Where is perception? There. Okay, even. Why am I looking at this pile of the roofing material?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes. It reveals no secrets at this time.
Damn it!
An intricate web of blue lines.
Oh, no. You are not what I meant.
It still kind of looks like a...
Here.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
A stretch? I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Yep, that's a good thing. Thank you, all shenanigans. Shenanigans. And remember, everybody now has to do that as well, because that's then rules, right? One redeems the stretch, everybody has to do it, so here we go. And remember, if you don't crack in the neck, you are not doing it right. Wait, okay, ouch.
Oh,
nice.
And the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
Yes.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Station call?
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork.
Okay.
Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Enough of the clip.
A bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
Okay, put the ledger away.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here?
There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all the content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find to tell them this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore?
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work?
Okay, fine. Alright. Hi, Wikinger Elfe. Hello. How are you doing? Just take a first sip of fresh
coffee.
coffee.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything.
Oh, sure. Just take his first sip of fresh coffee. Coffeenate complete.
This isn't case related, you think?
What kind of vehicle drove through here? Most likely the garbage truck.
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Okay.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay, main hall, Andro Orlando, Artemitep boxing for young athletes. 20-foot window, Emma Efficiently, Bronze Taxi, the rest has been burned off. Slipstream, Fortress Accident, Revachol, Ice City. Main hall, building B, whirling in rags.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Oh, good mail delivery box. I'm losing it.
The box seems happy. Eat
Perfect.
shit, pig. Fucked by the coon. And St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
These are my options? Okay, I have no idea. I feel
The
you.
mail collection box seemed cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Reverchon forever.
Okay, cool. What do we have here? This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This book is about pâté. Tasty. The book you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about Boraero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello!
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of a store is this anyway? Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Sure. What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide, as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
Doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Okay. We know her name. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Uh-oh.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Well, cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. No. Yeah, I don't think curses are real. Oh, that one was ready. Oh, okay.
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
It's just regular trading and selling of things, child. It doesn't work out for most people. They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes. Huh.
Of course, sir.
Okay, bye. See you around.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. Okay, let's go in. Gift books and molten candy. Pre-game. Yeah, for Elvira, everything besides Eve is the pre-game.
The display rack is brimmed with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere. Rows and rows of Hyundala men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundai and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundai, Return to Hyundai. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundai and the Hyundai Man.
Jesus, okay.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
Pain threshold? Do any of these books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Yuck, what was it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Are you sure, Infernanius, that he said Hyundai? I'm not so sure.
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Hyundala man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyundai and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
You find this Elysium quite interesting, by the way? You didn't have the time to follow the whole story so far? That is perfectly fine, Elvira. Don't you worry. As I always say, real life way more important. Way more important. Everything is perfectly fine. Okay, leave. Don't want to go through those books anymore. Let's see.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Oh.
There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Huh? A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. We are not going to look through that now. Book collects the national recipe of Arda. They are all about lake trout. My lord. That's why you ask. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. Another boring book, just discarded there.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Okay.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Okay. Leaving, and now let's talk to this lovely lady.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Oh my.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? Jesus, are we really going to ask anybody? No. A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. So are you the owner of the store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. What if I want to buy a... I don't want to buy a book, I can't afford the book. The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. What? But thank goodness Ogomo is here to uncurse it. Thanks for the resub, Ogomo. Appreciate it for 4 months. My goodness. Thank you. Appreciate it. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Don't hate, I just repeat what your daughter said.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Your daughter is the one standing outside in the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add.
As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future.
Yes, okay, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go! Get back there. The books await you.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Okay, not going to buy a book because we can't afford a book. So let's get out of here. Because we don't have any money. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Ooh, my. The coin-operated viewer has been banged up inoperable. No. But why? What's that? The ad reads broken window. Tips has windows. Perfect.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
That's Kuno, idiot. Shift your focus to the background.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Probably some kids.
And we know just who it was. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them, but I don't have a bag. Unfortunately. No. Do you have a bag?
Yes.
No. Nothing. I don't have a bag, unfortunately.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary.
We are not doing that now because we really need more money. Capside apps. Martinez Pier. And roundabout north. Okay. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. I would be too.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Okay, can't do anything there. Taking it all. Yes. Oh? What's that? More pills. Oh! We are finally now here. I see. Garden hose. This won't be used until the snow melts. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. These barrels are half full of rainwater. Clothes? What's that? An orange bomb hat. Doesn't matter, we have a hat now. We pretty.
There must be another way into the building.
Ow! That was loud.
Can't get involved in this.
Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. Another way into the building. Sure, but how? That smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. I would if I would know how to get there.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble from me, just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Hold on, can I at least have a cigarette?
Apologies, but this is my last one.
Huh. Takes another drag and shivers.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Oh god, can I just like, can you just like, dust that one down? We are desperate.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You're right, that was obviously a bad idea. Forget I said anything.
As you wish.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat.
Yes.
He keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead house planters litter the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
Oh, you have a friend for every day?
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Or hanging out with the Gremlins at the Gremlins Game Choice. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
Can you tell me your name?
My name?
Yes.
My name is Martin Martinez.
You have to be kidding.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
Okay, alright, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Convince him to stay? We could try.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Hey, listen. I am just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, His hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. Did he just point to us where we could find a key to open the door to get in there and talk to him while no prying eyes are on him?
He's gone.
Yes. We should run after him and see where he went. No.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that?
Yes.
He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock on the soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. See, that's what I meant.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Turn it over.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments, and the man can be in any of them.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Okay, put the stone back. They're stored there automatically. Okay. All right. Let's save. Eviction notice and missing pets are plastered up on top of each other. The box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Some cool shades, clothes, glasses. Minus a +1 logic and -1 authority. Filthy boho. Okay. Hey, we can see. Finally, we can see. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. What's in here? These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Ew. Taking all of that stuff. And I'm taking all that money. Tools? What's that? Alcohol, Commodore Rat. Huh? Substance use. +1 physique, -1 morale. Okay. Okay. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. How dare they?
This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number on the board.
Yeah. No! Stop it. There you go. Bolt cutters.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Yes.
The chalk-drawn number on the shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Okay, perfect. That's an apartment? A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Books of critical theory and the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kras Mazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Who is this Kras Mazov?
He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Masovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution.
Okay then. Plus one is esprit de corps and one conceptualization. What does that do? Connect to station 41. Understand cop culture. Okay. This guy has blazer. Can I just do this? Well, I keep that. Okay, nothing else. Oh, look at that. We are getting money. A bit. Boogie Street 46.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, very intense. This is the police.
Do I have to open the door?
We hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
The door 9 is locked. Ooh, hello. Apartment 8, the mailbox is overflowing. The graffiti says, firing squad for the rich. Oh my goodness. Hello there.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Okay. I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She smiles, a gap-toothed smile, then she hears you mention the name. No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jambrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony, know where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28.
Thank you.
Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Yes. Thanks. The note reads foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan?
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Look around herself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Shiver. Can XP for weird things here? Yes. Absolutely. For the weirdest things, to be honest. Someone torn down the wall. Can I go in there? Yes, I can. What's in here? Old grocery list on the table. And checks. Checks? Can I get those checks, please? Okay, here we go to the balcony. Let's go to the balcony. Ah. Right. Wow, what's going on here? That looks interesting, but first I want to get to that box. Taking it all. Above, tops flap in the wind, forgotten hammers and nails rust. Hi.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside.
She's growing frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways. That smell coming from her paint bucket, it's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil.
You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust, It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to her on.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder's victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
Got it.
Piggy, I have no idea why I just told you that. You look like a shaggy dog left in the rain for too long. I have a weakness for animals.
Got it. Catch you later.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
I'm sure we have. The door is locked. You can't get in. How unfortunate. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Money. Yes. Trousers. +1 electrochemistry, -1 reaction speed. Not for now. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Okay. Anything else? Not really.
Yes?
Okay, let's get out of here. But I came from here. How can I... Is there anything else? No. We can't get into there. Huh, alright. Can we go? Ah! There we go. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. Another clothes? +1 suggestion. -1 half-light. Capeside Apartments, and Rue de Saint-Ghislain, roundabout north. Oh, a lot of stuff here. Oh, or not. The belly of the boat shines like it was recently painted. Oh, and now we're here again.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing.
Okay. Well, let's talk to the lady on the boat. Looks like there was some more construction here once decades ago. Okay. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain. And then 33A, I have no idea what that in French is.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L? What does the L stand for?
Beaton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Oh?
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year The company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
I want that.
A billion?
What? Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
Way fits the sloop, and she grasps the mainstay for balance.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain.
Gee, okay.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. Are we taking the union side now? Or the workers' side now? Ugh.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then.
I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget.
Oh.
Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
I don't know what to think about that.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Oh.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs at the gate. Did you put them there? Oh. Yeah.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrog, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Well, tell me about the Union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Does he now?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Edgar and Everard. Oh my. Wait, there are two of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the Union itself, outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I prefer not to have an opinion on these things.
Of course, officer.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of, eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around Claire's. Watch out when you're dealing with them.
Thanks for the follow. You're welcome.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need to hear. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something. The Zeron light. Hello! Good day to you.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all my memory of my life and the world. Could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing. Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Could have eaten it for all I know.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Exactly.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort. Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Okay, surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials?
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
The lieutenant's voice is hushed. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Really? I thought it was going so well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Oh, hush. What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
We could just, find my badge. Yeah, we tried that. Didn't work. Okay.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
That's still going strong. Lady, we're back.
Good. What can I help you with?
Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it. Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics.
Wow.
Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
And you want us to investigate, yeah.
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean?
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now.
Mm-hmm.
Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
All right. Well, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. Because I don't think that we are getting anything out of her until we have this investigation done. Okay, what proof do you have? That's the one thing. What proof do you have that the union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the fourth month straight.
Okay.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Okay, precisely. Smuggled out of what that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who'll open up to you. Okay. Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion.
Oh.
Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Okay.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Okay.
Yes?
We will take this case, probe the drivers, and see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
Hopefully.
It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
You seem rich, can I have some money? No, thank you, that's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Okay. Oh, wait. Hello, who is you? You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Isn't that nice? Now I have a bag. How nice! And the best thing is, with that bag, I can actually gather up some... gather up some bottles and bring them to that automat, to that machine, so we can actually get some money out of that. Yay! No, there. Fantastic. Getting some money. Don't know how much it is, but I take it. They do? Nice. Let's see what comes out of it. I forgot to take this one in. And I forgot to talk to that dude. Well, there you go. Music's my life, man. Splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Oh my. Do you do anything else? Better mouth your watch round me, boy. I see. Perfect.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
The other one is eating a big sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game.
No.
Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first.
This is
ask
called
questions.
ball. Shouldn't I ask what game it is first? Yes.
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
No. A moment of your time, fellows.
Sure, officer. I am René Arnaud. And my specially abled partner here is Gaston Martin. How can we help you?
The man in the uniform stands before you tall and proud. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Oh, so again, you don't know anything?
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
Okay.
I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward.
Alright.
The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
You seem to be playing in a crater. No, I know what this game is. Oh well, no.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Maybe we can do this history lesson later.
Fine. What do you want now, then?
Thank you for your time.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, tisk tisk, it's a little
Tisk, tisk.
pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Tell me, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Really? You know absolutely nothing?
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Uh-huh.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
Oh?
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Do they now?
Respects?
The old carabinier. Can't believe what he's hearing. Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Wow.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Evrard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers.
I don't.
I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Can you help me get inside the harbor?
No, I'm sorry, officer. I don't even have a key card. Evrard usually sends someone to get me when he wants to talk.
Are you a Union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll.
Oh?
Just for the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Evrard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
And what kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thanks, that's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Okay. It looks delicious. Can I have a bite of that? No, we are not doing that. Bye for now. What did I get? Oh, those. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. To the roof? An ancient fountain doesn't pump water anymore, but there's a tree in it. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Other gloves. What do they do? Interfacing, they have electrochemistry. Okay. That is still fine, Zinni. Do what you want to do. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay. Alright, so let's go into the store. To that machine here.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Yeah.
A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Insert the bottles.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
We rich! Cool. I needed to buy something, though. Cigarettes. Right.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Give me Astra cigarettes.
Here you go, mister.
Thank you. And now I need to smoke one, but I think I better smoke it outside. Inside might be not the nicest thing. Okay, tools, cigarette.
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. The first Smokes platoon. 20 brave souls standing in salute, ready to step into fire for you, sir.
Pull one out of the pack.
You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Re-become yourself.
Oh yes, Bratan! Please light up! You need a trooper between your lips right now! Calm your shit down! Go to Pleasureland! Become a genius!
Yes, I'm becoming a genius by taking a smoke, you weirdo necktie.
Get a load of this rock and roll cop here, people. Johnny Thundercop fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go.
What are the repercussions if I do this?
Repercussions? There's a high risk of glory,
Ooh.
with a mild chance, cool genius.
Ooh.
Smoking makes you into an intellectual. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows
that. It will help you concentrate a bit. That much is true. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine withdrawal. It only mitigates its own. Blah, blah, blah. Boring.
Boring.
Light it up.
Okay.
Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself. The man you were in your youth. Johnny Thundercop is back. And he's chill as balls.
Of course he is. Of course he is. But I need to regain my health here a little bit. There we go.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect skills. Logic, rhetoric, conceptualization, visual calculus, encyclopedia, and drama. This is good before a white check, but damages your health.
Yep, saw that. Alright, cool.
Looking for something?
I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
You're a lorryman, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
You were smoking. He takes a long drag on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Hold on, but they're making Al-Ghul, alcohol, in Ilmara too. I was told they do.
I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much, but they do no booze.
So I take it you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez. Okay, listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of the River Shore, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then...
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other communers have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Did you see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way? I did see a lorry with trailer doors open on the way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling and Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Bad for him, I guess.
It's a fucking travesty, is what it is.
If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Who's that?
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry.
Where do I find him?
Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
Lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humor.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just Watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Sealang a visit then.
Guess so.
Okay, we're done for now. Alright. Let's do a hard save. Saving. And we're go. Oop, no, we are leveling up. Understand creativity, see art in the world. Play the actor, line detect lies. Persuade. I still like persuasion. Call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Do what intellectual power and deduce the world. Oh, what's this? Reconstruct crime scenes. Make laws of physics work for the law. Okay. Accept. Good. Alright, and now we make a hard save, and then I'm going to take a short break. And then I'm coming back, and I think I have to fly to where we start. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to take a short break. We are continuing this one on Monday at 2 PM CET. And now switching over to Eve. So see you in a second. Don't go anywhere.